Hello, namaskar. It's Sunday today. It's around 3 p.m. It's June the 7th, 2021. The thought of speaking a little bit of our everyday problem, our everyday issue has come to my mind. I'm thinking about talking about the dance of Shiva. Now that you can see Shiva as a dancing god, he's known as Nataraj. You can see this in many idols where he's in a posture with his arm outstretched, his legs crossed. This is called the Tandava Nritya, or the Tandav dance. In the Shivite culture, the Shivite practices, the Tandava signifies a struggle between life and death. They say when Shiva practiced this dance, death would just run away. In fact, a famous tantric master, he says that the Tandav is the only dance which exercises the brain. There are many exercises that develop different parts of the body and the mind, but none of them really develop the lobes, the hemispheres, the texture, the brain, the quality. The Tandav does it. There are actually 80 variations of the Tandav dance, but the one that is most favorable for modern day tantrics is the Ananda Tandava dance. This increases the production of testosterone and male hormones. It gives you the male qualities more pronounced, become more pronounced. Now back to our subject, the dance of Shiva. What is the dance of Shiva? Life is a journey, life is a dance, life is a poetry, life is a romance, life is a story, life is a journey. So many things, epithets we've heard, But in actual fact, it's a struggle between life and death. It's like walking a razor blade. To live truly and properly in the context of mystics, enlightened mystics and philosophy, it's like walking on a razor edge. If you're not careful, you slip. There have been so many great teachers who have come about, right? People, but they are at various level of mental development. They come at various time. They give a teaching that is applicable to the state of the society at that time. But society undergoes metamorphosis. It undergoes changes, because if there's a social cycle, it will be a lot of changes. So sometimes different teachers come to take you one step ahead more. Sometimes society degenerate and another teaching has to be given. Sometimes when the people are materially inclined, another type of teaching. Where they are more mentally, another type of teaching. If you're thinking about money and rich and success and life and affluence, another type of teaching. But in the mystic East, for example, in India, there are different yogas or techniques that you can use for different callings or different desire systems or different personality. If you want to look good, you want to be strong, you want to be charismatic, you want to be a movie star, they can give you special techniques to keep you going, to keep your spirit to be surviving in those situations. Now everybody could go in a discotheque or in Bollywood or Hollywood and be cool, cohesive. They might start to break down in various ways, mentally, physically. They might change. But yoga, there are certain yoga techniques can help you to maintain energy and maintain balance and equilibrium in all situations. So this dance of life and death, walking a tightrope, is a journey of life. It's a dance of life and death. What you do, what you say, what you eat, what happens every day. Sometimes you experience death, sometimes you experience life. You experience freshness, you experience energy, you experience fulfillment, you experience an unfoldment, an enlightenment. These are all life-enhancing qualities. But some people, they're in life, for them every morning getting up is like a dark experience, a bad experience. These people, they are more into the deadly aspects of life. You can be an imbalance, a way there can be a skewing. If your life is portrayed graphically, it can be a skew to either the light or the darkness, either to life or death. That's the dance of Shiva. Life is like that. Some people, life raise some people up and pulls some people down. It's amazing to see the journey of some who goes up and who survive, and who is tailored or clipped off by nature, by creation, by the universe. So sometimes it's a horrific game, it's a terrible game like the movies, or sometimes it's a very rewarding game. You say life is easy, life is nice, life is beautiful. Some people, life is hard, life is difficult. This is a dance of life, So we have to always maintain a balance, so that there can be a balance between life and death, between victory and defeat. There's an equilibrium between the plays of the opposite. This is what life is. Where there's light, there's darkness. Where there's victory, there's defeat. Where there's pain, there's pleasure. Where there's success, there's failure. So nobody can be victorious all the time. There's the poles of opposite in everything. Unless you're enlightened or you're balanced, then you can be blissful all the time. You have all the forces in your command, all the powers, all the magic. You have it there in your hands. You can control all the forces of nature, the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, or space. You control. Once you control those 5, then the whole creation you can control, right? So this is the dance of Shiva. People say Shiva is dancing, he's playing with the life and death of creation. In one hand he has a skull, the other he has a fire. One hand he has a snake, the other he has a dagger. One hand he has a trident, the other he has a skull. So this is a dance of Shiva, the dance of life and death. So sometimes you experience death, you feel weak, you feel tired, you feel exhausted, your body becomes negative, bad smell, you feel breakdown, totally collapse. These are negative state, death-like state. But life-like states is like energy, power, positivity, optimism, and these positive states has an effect on your body, right? If you think positive all the time, you can affect your body. There's a psychosomatic relation in which the body responds to the state of the mind. If the mind is dull all the time, you become constipated, you become depressed, you become impotent also. You cannot study, you cannot think clearly, you cannot think rationally, you cannot make decisions. So that's why they say the whole world is a mind. Once the mind is positive, the world becomes positive, everything. So this is the dance of life and death. It's an interesting subject. You can keep it as food for thought, and as day by day you think about it and cogitate how there is life and death in every aspects of our life, our journey. That's why we should know the do's and don'ts of life, the forbidden and those that are you can enjoy. When, for example, there's a biblical story where Adam and Eve, God put them in a garden. Everything was there, they can enjoy and have everything, easy life, luxury. They were innocent, they were unclothed, they know not nakedness, and they were enjoying natural election. But the moment the thought of body came about, of knowing right and wrong, they took the fruit of knowledge and they know right and wrong. The mind came down to the earth plane, to the lower planes, right? And that's how they say some of the great mystics write the story of the human journey from life to death and these sort of things. There are many stories there in the books. You can read them, many pointers that show you about life and about